Hi, everyone. I'm Michael Garcia. This is my presentation on the measurable impacts of intersectionality on mental health as well as physical health. All right. So this article is talking about Black women and their experiences with gendered racism. That's racism accompanied by sexism. Let's see. Researchers sought to find significant evidence of impact on participants' health as well as mental and physical, specifically when it came to microaggressions and coping strategies. They did find that gendered racism, and microaggressions negatively impacted mental health, particularly with when disengagement coping strategies were enacted. So that's behavioral disengagement, substance use, denial, self blame, and self distraction. Uh, so when those were tested against gendered racism, it negatively curbed the overall health of Black women. And what most interesting I find is that the higher number of experiences that these higher numbers of experiences negatively affected the health of Black women, as well as when gender and race were not a centralized identity to the individual. This led to a negative overall health of the individual. Um, these trends of of health decline in Black women in the face of gender discrimination highlight how intersectionality needs to be considered when talking about health. They shouldn't just stop at Black women, though. This needs to be considered with all intersecting identities and needs to be applied to everyone. Let's see. This article talks about transgender Latinas and their access to healthcare. When we're talking about their healthcare, it's really just accessing healthcare. It's really about seeking, refusing, and their overall experiences with healthcare providers. This article seeks to understand how race, gender, and ethnicity intersect and impact overall health. Uh, this article really highlights the systematic barriers in place that add layers of oppression that aren't not that are not necessarily there for any other person, um, as well as the firsthand accounts of hormones and how that affects mental health. This article also provides recommendations to healthcare providers to better support transgender Latino women and highlights the negative experiences of these trans women of color in uh, Florida. Yeah. Let's see. When all right, especially when a vast majority of these studies on transgender women are white. So showing the intersectionality of how these Latinas uh, have systematic barriers and are negatively impact their mental health and physical health and their overall access to health is alarming. Course application. This project intersects with the course through intersectionality, microaggression, stigma, and gendered identity, all of which are applied in this project. So when we're talking about intersectionality, not everyone is just one centralized identity. It's not just their hobbies, their dislikes, but rather their race, sexual orientation, gender, and many other factors that build an individual. In the in the intersectionality of it all, stigmatized identities add layers of biopsychosocial distress that affect both mental and physical health. Studies led by researchers like Mallory, Lewis, and Abril contribute to the understanding of how intersectionality plays a role in mental and physical health. Whether that be Mallory's study on the LGBT discrimination across race and gender resulting in declined mental health, or Lewis's study on gendered racism negatively affecting the Black woman's mental and physical health. Even a Brill study on the difficulties of accessing healthcare through the experiences of transgender Latinas, all of these studies play a role in understanding how society should take account uh, should take intersectionality into account when considering the overall health and well-being of individuals. So if you need to screenshot, thank you very much. Yeah.